So if you were a fan of Army of the Dead, it's a no-brainer you're going to be interested in this. And I want to say that I had a lot of fun with this film, more fun than I was expecting. So yeah, let's jump into my review of the new film, Army of Thieves. What's up, everybody, and welcome back to the channel today for another review. And today we're going to be reviewing the film Army of Thieves, which is going to be releasing on Netflix. Now, this is the prequel to Army of the Dead, and when I first heard that they were going to do this, I started to think, like, why would I be interested in this? You know, what would make me want to check out a prequel? Because I think I was more intrigued about a sequel more than a prequel. But at the end of the day, I guess more the merrier. We'll take the prequel. We'll probably get the sequel at some point. But nonetheless, in checking this out, it was fun. And the character, Sebastian or Dieter, you know, I don't know, was I interested mainly in him in Army of the Dead? So I was very intrigued as to why he would be the focal point in the prequel. But I gained so much more appreciation for that character. You know, we learned a lot about his skill, his background, you know, his origin story, should we say. Because essentially he's a metahuman. Like, all his senses are heightened. That's what makes him really good at breaking, you know, all the different safes and, you know, having that enhanced hearing. And he even has a sixth sense, it seems like. I mean, they may just be bad dreams of him having dreams about the zombie apocalypse and whatnot, but one may call them prophecies, you know what I mean? But then there's this other really interesting element to this film. If you did not know no better, this film is really titled The Fast and Furious Presents Army of Thieves, because you have this character Gwen, who's basically Ramsey, because Gwen is played by Natalie Emmanuel, who plays Ramsey in the Fast and Furious sequel franchise. Excuse me. Gwen is essentially Ramsey, except she has different skills. She is a master thief, and she's put together a team because they're gonna go and do this world heist of hitting the biggest 3 safes in the world. There's actually 4, but they're only gonna hit 3. We know where the 4th one's at, which is in Vegas, right? But she put together as a team, and when she put together as a team, she has Karina, who is really Ramsey, because she's an expert hacker. So there's no way she could have been Ramsey. She was no way they were gonna give her that skills, because she would have literally been Ramsey, like a clean cut copy of Ramsey. And then she got a driver, this dude Rolf, and then she has this, I don't know, this action star dude who is really in love with Nicolas Cage, if you ask me. And matter of fact, there's a lot of Nicolas Cage love in this film for some reason as well. So it's basically Fast and Furious presents Army of Thieves. Like, when you really look at the setup of things, it really is, you know. But it's fun because I enjoy Fast and Furious franchise, and I enjoyed the Army of the Dead. And yeah, you put the two together, and that's essentially what this felt like, you know. But nonetheless, you know, again, you're getting his backstory, how he got his skills, what made him end up going to Nevada in the first place, and pretty much his obsession, yet his love and appreciation for safes, and why he always wanted to crack them, and how he acquired these skills. And then in meeting Gwen, aka Ramsey, who's played by Natalie Emmanuel, you know, he is, to be honest, it's a love story. It's the first person he loved. It's somebody that he had hoped to at some point reunite with, because you know, with all this heisting that's going on here, you know, it wasn't going to always be a happy ending. But we know that he obviously survives and makes it through this because he's in the sequel. And it's not to say that you know, by a non-spoiler review here, you ultimately know her fate, but you know that she did not make it to Nevada. But this is where we kind of learn about his love, you know, a love interest and the love story that the two of them had. So there's that. But yeah, this movie's fun. It's fun. It has all the randomness, just like Army of the Dead. The visuals, the laughs, all of that good stuff. I really did appreciate the animation of and the mechanics within the safe. So while he was cracking them, they kind of showed the inside of how it was, how the mechanisms move and the gears and all that. I really appreciate it, to the point that I'm almost curious if these type of safes actually really exist, because they were really cool, And the deeper and deeper you got into the film, the better the action got. I mean, the first time action really got, when they first introduced some really legitimate action in the film, it was actually with Natalie, and I thought she did a bomb job with some hand-to-hand combat. I really like how that scene was shot. But yeah, the more deeper you got into the film, they got more and more action, cool visuals. The shots with it was really dope as well too. They had these like slow motion shots, and then they kind of like sped up, like that warping transaction effect. Like they did it in Army of the Dead too. But I thought they were really crisp in this as well. But yeah, this was the prequel, the love story prequel before all of the chaos, before the zombie apocalypse in Army of the Dead. Now, let me please note that the zombie apocalypse was jumping off in this, but no one was paying it attention. It was almost like when the pandemic first hit, where months and months of people heard about it, and people was like, huh, whatever, and then it got bad, This is the same case where people were seeing that the zombie apocalypse, like Nevada was already ground zero. So people had already seen things were like eventually escalating there, but they did not pay no attention. People went on with their lives, especially them, because they were nowhere near it, So yeah, that's that. And when this film ends, it puts you immediately where they all met in Army of the Dead. So it's a very seamless prequel, and quite frankly, it makes you want to go back and watch Army of the Dead. And I think that's a really cool technique, especially since they're both going to be on Netflix. But folks, I know you're excited for this. Jump in the comments. Let me know your thoughts about this. Let me know your expectation once you check it out. I need all your thoughts, all the feedback, and so on. Hopefully you are subscribed to the channel by now, but if you're not, please do so. It really helps, and I'll see you around for more movie reviews very soon. Thank you for watching, folks.